good morning. It's 9 a.m. February 3rd, and we're on our way into the Philippine mountains and the little town of Bagio. Check this out. Oh, I have ticket. It's our ticket? Yes, Hino ticket. Hino ticket. Can you kick him out, please?
No. He has drugs in his pants.
Oh, stop.
What did he say?
He has drugs in his pants.
I have no drugs. We embarked on our journey into the Philippine Cordillera on a deluxe intercity bus. The onboard entertainment was some sort of locally made horror movie, which was amazingly bad. In contrast to the movie, the driving was safe enough, especially under the watchful eye of a dozen Jesuses and Virgin Marys that our driver seemed to be obsessed with. The journey was split up in the hilly and polluted city of Bagio. Located 1,500 meters above the famous Philippine sea level, this place is home to some 300,000 people. Somewhat reminiscent of India's Shimla, this too used to be a seasonal capital used by the American colonial government to escape the searing heat of Manila summers. The bus to Kabayan did not leave until the next morning, so we spent the afternoon exploring the busy streets and filling up on local yumminess.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Yeah.
Early next morning, we had to cross the city to get to our bus, which would be picking us up at the place known as the Slaughterhouse Terminal. The best way to go anywhere in the Philippines is by jeepney, and so we went. What are we doing, guys?
We're going to the bus terminal called Slaughterhouse on our way to the Cabayan Caves.
Our extremely chatty driver sounded a fair bit like Watto from Star Wars.
From where are you?
Canada.
Hi, Canada, yeah. I have so many cousins there. I have so many cousins in Canada.
So many what?
I have a cousin in Canada.
You have a cousin in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh.
They almost stayed there for almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. Where? Which city?
I don't think if it's... Yeah, where is it in Canada? But somewhere else in Canada. Oh, there's a slaughter. Just going to Kabayan. These are the slaughterhouse. I think they are going to leave at 8 o'clock. Maybe you're late.
Fortunately, Watto was wrong, and we were just in time to catch the bus. This not-so-deluxe, but just fine bus took us on a winding but ridiculously scenic path through the low valleys and high ridges of the tropical coniferous forest ecoregion of Luzon. At the end of the 5-hour journey, including about 2 hours of steady climb on increasingly rough roads, we got into the misty village of Cabayan. After settling in, we immediately went out exploring. The highlight here is the museum dedicated to the famous Ibaloi tribe mummies, which are found in various caves of the nearby mountaintops. museum is located at the edge of this tranquil place, which is great for hiking, but seeing that our mummy expedition was scheduled for the next morning anyway, we didn't bother with too much exploration or exercise. Fortunately for adventurers, you don't have to get too far from the village to get your fix of gore. We thought it prudent to wait till sundown to go to the main attraction of this village, which is a big room full of skulls and bones. You know, the sort of thing that you want to do at night.
You know, it's all skulls.
Can you handle it?
I think we can handle it.
This room is a mass burial site of about 200 Ibaloi individuals who lived between 5 and 10 centuries ago. Discovered in 1971, today the piles of skulls and other bones are displayed on stone shelves inside a rock shelter, which is somewhat reminiscent of the catacombs of Rome. It's really, really freaky, but not at all. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Next morning, we get going on our expedition up to the Timbak Caves, where we were going to see the Ibaloi mummies in their original burial site. It was a pleasant, if a bit strenuous hike, although we noticed that the guide was not at all that keen on telling us stories about the area and instead elected to just rip far ahead as if inconvenienced by our presence. Not the best guide ever. Our guide shot ahead of us because obviously she just wants to get paid and not do any actual guiding. How you doing, Alan?
I'm alright. I don't know where to go though, our guide left.
The mountain trek took us into an ever steeper and mistier territory, until after about 4 hours we got near the top, where we were allowed into 2 of the caves.
So this is the rule, so
It's tight in here. Just for the record, there are a lot of dead people here.
So according to the old people from here, this is female mummy.
There's a lot of disagreement about the age of these mummies, with some estimates going as far as 2000 BC, while others putting them at about 500 to 800 years of age.
So this is the biggest mummy here, Galvan, and he has lots of tattoo around his body.
With the arrival of the Spanish, mummification was discouraged and the practice died out, until the mummies were discovered by local hunters in the early 1900s. Supposedly, only tribal leaders were mummified, and the process started shortly before the person died. He or she would drink a very salty mixture to start the dehydration. After death, the body would be washed and seated in a chair which was set over a fire to dry. Apparently tobacco smoke was also blown into the mouth to dry the insides, but knowing that tobacco was not found here 700 years ago, this sounded like a bullshit story told by inept guides who charged too much for non-service.
How old are these coffins?
It seemed to those mummies it's more than 700 years. It was made from pine tree.
These coffins are 700?
Yes, of course.
Really?
That's why you can't trace that they use any metal objects like nail. It's just a symbol.
Wow.
Once again, I was highly skeptical of these statements, because while I am neither a skilled woodworker nor an archaeologist, this wood did not look very old at all, and in fact appeared to be worked on using modern woodworking tools. The mummies were quite impressive, but the guiding was crap. This is what happens when the government assigns a guide to you and gouges you for cash. When we were done snooping around Timbak Cave, we chilled out for a bit near the groundskeeper's house. The views were, as per usual, phenomenal. These slopes are covered in tropical coniferous forest, which, due to Luzon's long isolation from other landmasses, are home to a variety of unique fauna and flora. These forests, however, are seriously threatened by human encroachment. Large parts are being cleared for agriculture as well as mining. Now we're off to the highway to catch a bus to Sagada, a village about 4 hours from here. Today, spectacular. Those mummies really worth the freaking huge hike up a mountain. I actually had a vertical gain of about 1,100 meters, so not the easiest one ever. On the other side of the mountain, the hike to Halsema Highway takes only 45 minutes, and it's a pleasant trek through terraced farm fields. While the standard route to the mummies is from Kabayan, this side has plans to cash in on the sweet tourist dollars and start allowing tour buses up the road. Inevitably, the place will change a lot in the next few years.
Hey guys, this truck apparently is not for hire. It says not for hire.